Well, good morning. Good morning. How are you guys doing this morning? It's Monday and it's getting that little bit darker outside. So we are really into autumn now and coming up to what I like to call the cozier times of the year. Summer is always bright and wakes you up and it's fresh and it's new. But winter is a time when doing this kind of thing, this 21-day happiness experience, is really quite lovely because we are beginning to, like squirrels, hibernate. We're going back to go within, like the darkness surrounding us, and just spend some time with ourselves and maybe regroup, reassess what we've been doing over the last period of time. I mean, we're also coming to the end of the year, so it's a time to reflect on 2021, I suppose, as well, and just reconnect. Sometimes we're pulled in so many directions, and that does also impact our happiness. So we are not going to be ever, if there is such a sentence, experiencing life as we knew it, because with the 21-day happiness experience that you're learning, we are beginning to remold and reshape something that can be with you for eternity. So good morning to those of you who have joined so far. Let me see who's here. Hi, Isabel. I'm very well, thank you. Morning, Paula, and hello, Amanda. Yes, I got a little bit of a sore throat this weekend, and I thought, oh my goodness, but I have been taking care of it and feeling much stronger today. In fact, I guess it's my work mind that has told my body, no time to be sick. Get better, get on it, take care of that germ, get it out of here. That's me, that's how I roll. But today we're talking about the word authenticity. And more than the word, we're going to discover how to be more authentic. Now, this is a word that I became massively interested in. It's easily, was it 2014, 2013, 2014? It really fascinated me. And as my coaching business was evolving, it just became something that I thought was so important. And I guess I've been doing heaps of reading, and this word started popping up everywhere. I feel today now, it's like anything, maybe it's just for me, that authentic word is again being overused. So people are going, your authentic self, your deep authentic nature, and it's all great. But do we ever really stop when it comes to words? Except maybe Isabel, who I know loves words as much as she shares with us. Do we ever really think about what a word really means to us when we're using it on a regular basis? So, what I did with the word authentic is I created what I can't remember the definition of. So, forgive me, guys. But if you take authentic and just write it down the bookmark or the spine of your page, I'll just give you the words that I created off of this. So authentic is made up of these emotions for me, and I believe if we can tap into all these words, we could link it back to finding who we truly are inside. And then there's a small worksheet that we are going to do as a task. So get writing. The first word of authentic for me is awareness. Starting with looking around yourself in your world and looking at what is motivating and driving you to take the actions that you take. Is it you, truly you, who's driving it, or is it a whisper of another voice, another influence that you've had in your life that is coming through in your behavior and your actions and your decisions? The second word for the you is understanding. So the moment we become aware of things, it's about going into understanding where that came from, whether it's something we want to explore further or we want to continue using, or if we want to create our own thing, but understanding what it's all about. So that could be if you behave in a certain way when something happens in your life, a certain situation, and you react in a certain way. Becoming aware of that is step one. Step two is understanding why you do that. Not so easy on your own, but I think with slowing things down a lot, we can do a lot of self-work without getting ourselves into a tangle. Okay. This third letter is T, and there are two T's in authentic. So the first one is truth. So listen to that. So first you're becoming aware, then you're understanding, and then there's this sense of truth. It's accepting and acknowledging whatever you're discovering and saying, hey, this is discovery. I'm going to be truthful here and say, that isn't actually entirely me. This is more an influence that I've had in my life. And you know what I want to do? I want to think about that and I want to start becoming more me. So, how much of that is me and how much of that do I want to stop doing? Okay. And H, guess what H is, guys? Come on, type it in the thing. What do you think H could be when it comes to being authentic? Morning, Claire. Morning, Gemma. What would H be? Come on, not a pencil, but H. Or H, as some of you might say. Anybody gonna give a wild guess what H would be in the word authentic? Let it just roll a bit. No, no one's typing. Are you typing? Are you daring to be brave and take a risk? Yes, Isabel. Happiness is the word. How weird is that? Oh, sorry, did I just pause us? How weird is that? Happiness exists in the word authentic. I think that's pretty awesome because the more ourselves we are, the happier we can be. And that is almost like happy indicator in the word authentic. So the more awareness you have and understanding and the more honest you are with yourself, the lighter you feel and the happier you feel. And actually, you don't have to work as hard when you're authentic with yourself. You can just go around being whoever you are. You don't have to shape shift or change or be anything else. And just accept yourself like that. There is a part of work in here where accepting yourself as you are can bring up things where you don't believe you're good enough and your self-worth steps in. So we're not going there for the moment. Just think about the ease of what authentic can be in your life. And let's just switch my phone off because we don't want any calls at this time of the morning. So then we move to N. N is, I've got two words here. I've got nurture and nature. Because I think, there's a lot of conversation in life, in the world of psychology and perhaps just well-being of people, how much our behavior is based on nurture, how much is just our natural nature as human beings. But, our nature is who we are authentically, truly, when we drop all the performance, the act, the things we think we have to be. When we drop all of that, you find your true nature. And that's amazing because it's in there. It truly is in there. And we just have to find it. Nature is the part of us which is instinctual. It's perhaps developed down in that DNA level of ourselves where we just naturally, like in nature, like a tree just grows or a flower just pops up. We have that part of ourselves that just is. So the two are really powerfully put together there. And yeah, beautiful words. And just time, in a beautiful piece of meditational music, you could contemplate these words as well. The second T is about trust. And this trust is not about the outside of trusting anybody in the world and that. It's about coming to a point where we learn to trust ourselves. So when we make a decision in our life, regardless of whether it works out or not. We choose to trust in who we are, ourselves, and go forward and do that thing we want to do or be who we want to be. Just trust that we have enough within ourselves to do that. And that's very, very powerful. Do you know, I missed E out. How can I do that on a live call? We're going to come back to E, which is after happiness. We'll come back there because I just wanted to link it back to trust, and I thought I haven't said it. I wonder if you guys can think what it might be. Don't worry, we're going to go from trust to insight. Now, as we've explored outside in awareness, we've watched how we respond, react with people, how we lead our life, how our actions and behaviors bring back to us our experience. So when we're lying in bed at night, thinking about our day, thinking about the interactions we've had, the conversations we've had, who have we brought to the table? Have we always been our true self? Are we pleasing? Are we over-pleasing? Are we not speaking up? Are we using our voice? We've gone to understanding, truth, happiness, E, which we'll come back to, then nature, nurture, trust. After trust comes insight. Suddenly, you begin to see your world in a very fresh way. You're starting to notice a difference in when you start bringing your truer self. Now, I know that's who you are, but sometimes we wear masks and we pretend um, because we think that who we are in our simplest form, our authentic way, is not enough. How weird is that? I've been there, and I'll tell you a story after this, but insight is lovely because you can start getting proof and you can start seeing how your true self starts bringing you very, very different results, very different interactions, different relationships, different experiences, ones that actually make you feel good on a more regular basis. And that's what we're looking for. Those are the signs and the indications that we are being true to ourselves. Now, that doesn't always mean it's happiness and light and peace and harmony. Sometimes trust, truth, um, understanding and awareness means we have to begin to speak a truth. And initially, that can be difficult because we are changing how the world will hear us because we are generating things from a more honest place within ourselves. And the rest of the world I talk about is the world of the people who know you, are used to you being a certain way. Now you're going to change, okay? And that can sometimes be disconcerting. And you might question what's going on. This is uncomfortable. But just use your insight and trust you. Remember, trust yourself. And then C at the end of authentic is another two-word piece. One is care. Care, take care of yourself. When you start making moves to do personal development and grow, there are levels of change. There is a way that you have to communicate with others and share that you're growing with, in a certain way. You're going to have a bit of pushback from people. So take care, do your journaling, follow your happiness routine, and allow yourself to really take it easy. Don't be too self-critical because that's so easy. All these C's popping up at the moment. Because this is where the underlying confidence, that self-confidence will begin to really show up. And that's what, when you read the word authentic, whenever you hear someone say the word authentic, when you say it for yourself, I want you to be able to feel all those words, that whole process. I've been on that journey and I have discovered my authentic self. Then you can go around saying the word authentic. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. You truly are, and you know that you are working on that more truer part of yourself because that's where your magic is. That's where your genius is. That's where your talent is. That's where your creativity is. And this is what we want to bring up. We don't want to go out in the world and just be authentic for the sake of being real to everybody in the world. We want to be it for ourselves so we can actually lead the life we want to lead with a sense of excitement and happiness. Why? Because we're being honest. We are doing what we want to do. We're doing the work we love. We're being absolutely connected to our true self. And isn't that where happiness resides? So, has anybody typed up what the E word could be? Let's see. Where's E? Isabel, it's coming. I'm pleased you spotted. Someone's listening this morning. Yeah, your circle has got smaller over the years, but what a circle. Yeah, Donna, it's really, sometimes you don't have to close your circle in. You can expand it out, but you can be really close to a specific group of people that really you use as the people you bounce things off of. But you don't have to limit yourself by sharing yourself with the whole world. But that takes a certain growth and strength to get to that place where you feel confident that you're taking your authentic self out there, because then no one can shake you. Okay, E, guys, is empowered. So once we're experiencing happiness and we are authentic with ourselves, we feel empowered, and that's where all the C's start falling out. The care for ourselves, the confidence, the creativity, consciously aware of who we are. when you're empowered, you don't need anybody else to give you permission to be yourself. And when life feels like that, there is a happiness that resides inside. And this is not about closing off from the rest of the world. This is about being so comfortable with yourself that it's okay what other people say. It's okay when people don't say anything. It's about answering your questions for yourself. It's about leading your life and following the path that you want to lead. And, for that to happen is a process. I remember when I first became a coach. Where are we on time this morning? Okay, we're just about done, guys. But I remember when I first became a coach, I moved up here to Scotland. So I had no network, I had no friends, I knew nobody. And I had to become a coach. Well, I wanted to become a coach. I wanted to start this beautiful business and make a difference in people's lives. But I had nobody who could vouch for me, nobody who could, say that I was the real deal. Who knew that I was true, and I actually developed this persona of what I thought a coach was. And for such a long time, I battled between who Tess was and who the coach Tess was. And it brought me a lot of pain and anguish. I really couldn't find her in both of them and bring them together. And then when I started doing this authentic journey, for me first, I discovered this process. So then this came about, the authentic piece. And then I had to figure out who I really was in between all those letters. But I believe that I'm closer to that authentic me than I've ever been before. I wouldn't be bold enough to say I'm truly authentic, because that would be to say that I believe I've learned everything I need to learn about me, and that's not the case. So never expect this moment of perfection for yourself. We're always a work in process. Life never stays the same. And we're all about the journey. So what I'd love you to do today is write out a piece. Perhaps when you've done your meditation, if you are doing it, or put some beautiful music on, take your authentic word and just write a piece out about connecting with who you are right now today. Doesn't matter how truly authentic that is, but I can assure you, if you write this piece out today, you will be more authentic with yourself than you've ever been. And I'd love you to just spend some time with the most authentic part of yourself that you can be right now as we begin this week, as we bring Monday into the world, and go out there and practice that sense of being true to you, and let's see how we get on. So that's it for this morning. I do have a worksheet that can guide you through another part of this. There are a series of questions that you can ask yourself, and I will be emailing it out to you today. But for the purpose of this live, I just wanted you to sit with those thoughts and really feel your way through that powerful word. And please share, guys. Please share what you discover with this one, because anybody reading this is going to be excited and inspired by your feedback. So that will be amazing. So are you all set for Monday? Are you all set for the week? Are you awake? Are you ready? Have you done your gratitude lines? I am grateful for, or what I like to say, I am happy and grateful now that I have a new week starting. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm more authentic than I've ever been before. What are your gratitude words for the day? If you haven't done them, go do it and speak to that mirror. Listen to your favorite song. Mine is definitely Shania Twain now. It's in my song list that I shared with you about today is a day to begin. And yes, I can win at whatever I set my heart to. And your anchor piece, don't forget to anchor and do all your routine pieces and just be amazing. And I'll catch you tomorrow at 8 a.m. E for ease. Oh, I like that, Isabel. I don't mind the word ease. Ease is nice and kind. It's a bit like care. So I've never complied. Being yourself is pure happiness. Yeah, but sometimes being ourselves can also cause all kinds of challenges. So give yourself that chance to Feel your way through the day today, and I would love your feedback. So, guys, thank you. Said I found my authentic Isabel. A friend commented that I had found my authentic self. Oh, that's amazing. That sounds lovely. What did you think about that, Isabel, when your friend said that to you? Because they knew you in a certain way, and then they met you in another way, so they believe now this is the real you. What do you think? What do you feel inside? It's a bigger challenge. Yes, Claire, thank you for being awake. E came towards the end. Um, Happiness, help, help, happiness. Just, guys, be amazing. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your contribution this morning, and I'll see you on Tuesday at 8 a.m. Bye for now.